the birthday boy, Coach Abney.
Glad to be here.
We came on just a little late. They were doing senior night, so they had a lot of festivities, and they were announcing over the PA. So I thought, rather than trying to talk over them since they were right next door, I thought, we'll wait till they're done. But coming off a heartbreaking loss last week, golly.
Man, that's one of the craziest endings to a football game I've ever seen as a fan or a coach, and hated that we were on the wrong end of it.
Yeah. And you see, when you've coached, you've seen some endings. So for a coach to say that's done this a few times,
I've seen some stuff, and anytime coaches are like anybody that in their certain professions. I mean, I've got a group of guys that I text with every morning and multiple times, and we always are like, hey, did you hear about such and such? And we're all in a couple of groups, so it doesn't take long for something to spread across the state if something wild happens. And I told a couple of them, gave them kind of a brief play-by-play of how ours ended, and the general response was, holy cow. And, I was like, holy cow's right. Just we were on the wrong end of it.
We were. And speaking of holy cow, last week we gave Ryder Starkey credit for a touchdown. We're in the Wildcat formation, going into the end zone from about the 1. We scored. And you see Ryder going to the pile, so you assumed that it was Ryder scoring. The ball actually had come out, and Colt Tucker recovered it and scored the touchdown. And I told Colt, I said, I'm going to get you your props because we didn't mean not to. It's just when you're way up here and that play happens 50 yards from you in a pile, everybody, I mean, who didn't think Starkey just scored?
Well, and for those of y'all that aren't at home games, I do the PA announcing in the stadium, and Steven is right beside us. And, I'm not going to lie, I feed off him quite a few times because he's got a good quick eye about who made a tackle or made a play. And I thought, okay, Ryder scored. And then I hear you say Ryder scored. And I'm like, all right. So I hit the button and tell everybody Ryder scored. And come to find out, Ryder didn't score.
No, I didn't find out until afterwards. Jamie showed me the picture of Colt, hands up and ball in his hand, and Parker celebrating him. And I was like, wait, I missed that. And that's because linemen don't get that opportunity very often. Let's be honest.
Well, his dad missed it. We were talking about it this week in the office, and he said he was sitting there and he watched and he saw what he thought was Ryder going in the end zone. He looked down and said his mother-in-law just looked at him and very, very softly said, Colt scored that. And he said, no, he didn't. He started arguing with his mother-in-law, so we created family disharmony. That coming on top of that. But he was happy to hear that his son got a chance to score.
That is really, really cool. And let's see. I'm gonna check YouTube real fast. It says we are live. I've learned to believe the system, but double check it. For some reason, it still did not allow us to push it live to Facebook, so I will be sharing it to Facebook for those, because I know there's a lot of people that also watch on there. We had crossed over just on Facebook alone before the post game last week. We had crossed over 60,000 minutes of watch time this year just on Facebook, which tells you there's a lot of people watching some Leopard football, which is awesome.
It's been neat to have people come up and just say, hey, I couldn't make it to the game, but I sure enjoyed listening to the games. And I'll tell you from our perspective, just what a blessing it's been for us that as you moved into the community, you jumped in to do this, and it's something that is definitely needed, and, man, we appreciate it.
It's funny. Somebody stopped me this week and said, hey, you sure are a homer. And I said, well, you should. I said, until the playoffs come and we pick up with NFHS, that's one of their requirements is, hey, we're going to give you a broadcast. You got to be impartial because you're broadcasting to both audiences. I will always be a homer, and that is not something I will apologize for. And so that's, and I know that some fans of other teams hop on because we do have a broadcast and not everybody does. It is cool that UIL, I always tell people that's one of the cool things that came out of COVID.
Yes, absolutely.
Is that they opened up streaming. You used to not be able to stream a game on Friday night. So you would have some news stations that would sometimes record them and play them on Saturday morning, but you could do radio on Friday night, but there was no live streaming. And so if there was anything that good came out of COVID, it is that, because we do get to do this now.
Well, I was AD here before COVID and up until last year, but in pre-COVID times, there were 2 conversations I had to have with parents who decided to live stream the game on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Not knowing, just wanted their family to get to see their little Timmy play, and they put it up on Facebook, and I had to have a conversation later about, hey, I love you, appreciate what you're doing, and you're just wanting to support your kid, but the UIL says that's not legal, and so it has. And they'd always say why, and a lot of times with the UIL, the answer is, I don't know why, but that's what they've cited, and so that has been a nice thing. They realized there wasn't any danger in that.
Because somebody paid some money for those streaming rights. And just to expand on that, and they paid for those rights for the teams in Austin and Dallas,
yes.
The big schools. And so sometimes it wasn't thought about for us out here. It was just, and the NFHS crew will tell you, like, they love West Texas teams, because a lot of times when you're even in the playoffs, yeah, it's right above us. I think the battery maybe dead because I accidentally left it on.
Wyatt Jones has entered the building, by the way, ladies and gentlemen.
The legend himself. But in the Metroplex, two playoff teams might travel 20 minutes to play each other. They're all so close. Even their area rounds are close. Well, you get to West Texas, I mean, perfect example is NFHS has given me a volleyball assignment for Monday night that's West Plains and Andrews meeting at Lubbock Cooper.
Right.
An hour and a half from both schools. They're like, actually almost 2 hours from West Plains. And they're like, hey, would you broadcast that game? And so I love that we get to, just in saying that, just know that when we get to the playoffs, it will no longer be on YouTube. We will transition over to the NFHS network. I think you can pay $49 for a year for a subscription, or you can pay $9.99 a month, and you can get it now. But here's the reality. If you're watching Leopard football, you're probably going to watch Leopard basketball, and we'll bring you Leopard basketball playoffs. We'll do the same with baseball and softball. I know a lot of people got to watch us last year. We moved in right as playoff baseball started, so it was really nice because NFHS is like, hey, if you're in New Home, they got really good baseball. Can you pick up their baseball?
We do got some dudes.
So everything will transition there in 2 weeks, though. So just to kind of put that out there. And you don't get to hear this, but so I'm gonna hand you something, and then I'm gonna play something, the same thing for the audience. You hit play there, and I'm gonna play it so everybody else gets to hear what you.
Happy birthday, Coach. Love you. Happy birthday, Coach. Happy birthday, Coach. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Abney. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Abney. Happy birthday, Coach Abney.
No, sir.
Happy birthday, Coach Abney. Hey, Coach, I wanted to wish you a happy birthday. Coach, happy birthday. Even though you are officially older than me.
Older than him.
I love it, but no, thanks for all you do. Love you, man. Happy birthday. Let's have a blessed year.
Man, that's pretty cool, especially to see some old players on there. Crazy enough, I ran into Dane this afternoon, who's in that video while we were early voting.
Oh.
And
they didn't get to hear it. I'm gonna play again over the thing.
Okay, no, that's pretty special. I appreciate
happy
that.
birthday, Coach Abney.
Happy birthday, Coach Abney.
Yeah,
Hey, Coach, I wanted to wish you a happy
moving
birthday.
in April. Oh, shoot.
Coach, happy birthday. Even though you are
forgot I
officially
didn't set up all
older
of
than me now. I love it, but no, thanks for all you do. Love you, man. Happy birthday. Let's have a blessed year.
Happy birthday, Coach. Love you.
And so moving in April, I don't know a lot of those guys. So I'm like, Wendy, can you find Dane? And she's like, well, he's on his way into town. And so, and then, of course, I see Miss Beck at lunch picking up Ryder Grace. And so she got Brazos. And the guys, they were like, we're not doing that. And I said, well, here, how about we do it at the pep rally? I'll just let you pass around my It's funny how fast, it was like a hot potato. They're like, I'm going to say happy birthday, but I do not want the camera on me very
Get it over
long.
cool. Well, man, I appreciate that. I got one text today that really hit me from my first head coaching job at Whit Harrell in the early 2000s. One of the best kids we had there, a kid named Will Kristenek, and still close with him and his family. And he had 2 brothers, and his mom was our principal, and they're just a great family. And he texted me and said, "Coach, you're 51?" Question mark. Ha ha. And I said, "Yeah, say all you want, but you're 40 or 41." So I don't know that you got a kid in high school now, and that's crazy to be thinking that. I've coached some kids who now have kids in high school, but man, God's blessed me ridiculously, and I got to get one more trip around the sun this year, and we're going to try to do it again next year.
It's going to be a good one. So we got 11 minutes. I got the basketball coach here. Basketball has officially started, and today is actually in Texas. It's Coaches Day in Texas as well.
Texas
so happy Coaches Day.
Thank you, sir.
But talk to us about basketball. How many do you have returning? I know you lost a few, but off of a state tournament team last year.
No, we had a great group of seniors. 7 of them graduate, and great kids, number one. And that's the thing that as I get older, I'll get more and more thankful for, is that God has allowed me at this point in my career to just coach the absolute best kids. And so we had 7 graduate, but we've got 4 varsity kids returning, and then a core of a JV that went 24-3 coming back. So feel like we've got a chance to have another really good season and maybe make another little run at some deep playoff time. So we're pretty excited.
That is awesome. I was we were at the Cooks last night because Ryder Grace, everybody's in the Palms, and
right.
With our family, you end up over there because, my kids are, they're like perfectly aged. Is Parker and Colby are the same age, and of course Caleb runs around, but then Colton and that little group, and Ryder Grace's best friends live next door anyway, so they're all running around, and we're talking to the Cooks, and they're like, they love football. But but they're also excited about basketball because it just feels like there's a little bit of unfinishedness from last year is, ready to get back to it.
Well, I'll tell you, that's one of the neat things about this community and the kids that we've been able to coach. This is the most kids we've had coming from football to our varsity basketball team in the last few years. It's been just 1 or 2 or 3, maybe the last couple of years, and there'll be Brayson Beck and Colby Cook and Caleb Cook and Jake Fogerson, and I'm missing probably a couple, Caden McDonald, and so we'll get 5 or 6 guys. And we always tell them, you're gonna have no bigger football fan than me, and because I've done that, I've been a football coach, and that we went along and at the same time, when we've had some really good runs in basketball, I've had some kids that Coach Webb needed for baseball, and yet Coach Webb's our biggest fan. Where he's at, and our kids are able to give everything they've got to whatever sport's in season, and then switch hats and switch gears and let's go do the other. I think we left the state tournament on Saturday, and on Monday, Brazos Beck was playing second base in a in a baseball tournament. So it's been a really neat and unique situation.
It's I tell Parker all the time, it's so cool. There's opportunity in small schools, and he's a small school kid.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of the draw to New Home outside of the Cooks was, we come from Bushland, and even Bushland's growing, but as you grow, and size brings some opportunities because it just brings new activities. But you also get to a point where when it gets so big, sometimes the coaches are like, look, I got enough track guys, I've got enough basketball guys, and so not that they get too territorial, but they kind of do. If you're not in basketball, you're especially in Bushland because you can play football all the way into December.
Oh yeah.
You may not see the court, or those kind of things. And track, baseball's big in Bushland, kind of like it is in New Home, and it's just you miss some opportunities where I think every coach in New Home, because they understand the size, they're like, hey, we're going to share and share well.
And they do, man. And I've been truly blessed to have hired all these guys. And, I'll brag on Coach Ward. I think Coach Ward has done a phenomenal job of continuing the attitude we had of every sport matters. It's easy for us to think, well, this is my favorite sport. Well, it may not be that kid's favorite sport. Each of us has a kid that is playing for us and is integral to what we're doing that we may be their second favorite sport, but they still deserve our love and our attention. And we also need to respect that they want to do that other thing well. I'll give you Zach Arms. Zach's going to be our starting point guard. Zach's going to be a college golfer.
Oh, no doubt.
Zach can flat play. So do we work out some things where as we get into the playoffs, he gets to play a little golf and basketball? Yeah. And, so why on earth? This is about kids. And the only time, if coaches are getting territorial, coaches are making it about them. And we don't have any coaches that do that. You look up in the stands, and it's especially hard in the spring when you've got golf and track and baseball all going. You look up in the games at a baseball game, Coach Freeman's going to be right there, knowing that Ryder Starkey, who plays shortstop's running on his sprint relay. And that's really neat. There's not a lot of people that can have that situation, and I'm really thankful we do here at New Home.
And speaking of Zach Arms is the first ever club champion at Red Feather. And we're not talking about a youth tournament. He went out and won the entire club championship there this year, just a few weeks ago, shooting against every dude that goes out and like that's their I know so many. I have buddies that they win that in Emerald, that win the Tascosa and win the court because that's their passion. They love that they can still play golf at our age. That's cool. What's cool about golf is a lot of guys our age can play them. Like
right.
If I went out and played football, I wouldn't walk for a couple weeks. Even with my chiropractor, I wouldn't walk for a couple weeks. But golf's one of those you can always play. And Zach goes out and beats them all and wins the club championship at Red Feather. So congratulations to Zach.
He said he had some ticked off men at him. That this little cotton top 16-year-old comes, and lefty on top of that, comes out there and just is smoking irons. But if you ever had a chance to watch him play and be around, he's good. He does a phenomenal job, and probably one of the most high school kids fall victim to testosterone at times, and they're going to try to hit the hero shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
Coach, I can clear it. Well, that means it's a good idea. You think, man, he just plays smart golf and just doesn't make mistakes, and is competitive, and he's going to been to the state tournament as a freshman and sophomore, and been kind of the key part of our two state runner-up golf teams, and we're going to try to win that this year, and he'll be the focal point.
That's incredible. So we haven't seen the signal here yet. They just did the coin toss. Their Leopards will go from our right to left, and we have deferred. So that means New Deal will surely they elected to receive. I used to say that, and somebody says the wrong thing, and it's like, yes. So Leopards will kick right to left across the screen. But before they get out, let's get the 806 Lights guys. Grateful for them sponsoring our pregame show. Let's get a word from them. So here we go. Leopards take the field.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise?
So we will get the in-house national anthem. I'll see if I can't get my mic up here to the window. I left it cracked, so hopefully you can get hear the band, and we'll be right back. All right, here we go. Man, there's a lot of lines on crutches over here. I got 3, 4, 5. I got 6 kids in street clothes, 3 of them on crutches. So down, it looks like they're going to be a little short-handed tonight.
You know, that's one of the things Coach Ward mentioned as we talked this week was that they've struggled, but they've also been missing some key pieces. And, you know, as from his perspective, you got to prepare like they're all going to be back. But the reality is at least some of them may not be, and you can definitely tell they're not firing full strength right now.
Yeah, and Dallas Sumner, their quarterback, did not warm up with the team. So that'll be something. Number 5, Colt Ramsey, was who warmed up at quarterback. So I expect we'll see him come out and take the snaps here at the beginning. Ryder Starkey will tee this one up. And we are, nice little squib kick, high bounce. You're going to be nailed on about the 33. I don't know if that was intentional, but I can tell you 24, Shane Robinson is one of their more explosive players, and keeping the ball out of his hand is not a bad idea, knowing especially that they're on a backup quarterback, making them go 65 yards.
Well, and one thing New Deal's been known for years is speed. And so I'm sure they've got some speed in there.
Coming out in our typical 3-4 base. They're going to direct snap to the quarterback. He'll keep. Boom! What a tackle there. Was that
was the
Was
kid.
it Jake that came up and made the tackle?
It sure looked like it.
Looked like our safety came out of nowhere. I think they may get a holding out there on the edge.
And they went direct snap. They didn't have a quarterback on the field. That was a direct snap to number 20, their running back. 5, the kid you talked about warming up earlier, was over on the sideline. So they were
that
really
was run all the way. Helmet on helmet, and let's just see what we can get.
And that's got to be frustrating to pick up a holding penalty on that. You got something you think can get you an advantage for your first play. Every coach does. And to not only not get an advantage, but now you're in a hole.
So they'll bring trips out to us, tight end up top. They're going to try to hit the seam, and they do. Beautiful route. Ran that tight end straight up the seam.
Well thrown ball.
It was.
Because we had pretty good coverage on that. That was not bad coverage by the Leopards.
Now they'll run trips up top. You'll see Beck shift out. Jake over the top in a shell. Single down to us. Oh, it's a false start. Man, you get a big play. You get back 16 after you lose 10. Makes it 2nd and 4, and then you get a false start.
And it's the same kid who got the seam route. So he's giving and taking away both. Coach Hill can't be too mad at him. He got you 16, Coach.
So it'll be 2nd down and 9 after the penalty. And they went with the hard count. You could tell trying to get a free 5, and he just.
And that's something we've struggled with. You know, some little things like that we've got to be better at. And I know the coaches have been harping on just some little discipline issues.
Oh, nice tackle, Ryder Starkey.
Number 8, Gunnar Stanton.
Colby did a good job of coming up and occupying the blocker. When you got Starkey flying in right behind you, you're not going to miss too many of those. 3rd down and 8.
If I'm the kid that caught it, I mean, that's like, there's no win with that. Block Ryder and let Colby hit me, or block Colby and let Ryder hit me.
Back to trips down here, single in the backfield. They're going to roll him out. Going to sit down in that zone. Nice route. Well designed.
Did some of the same things we're going to do. They rolled the pocket to get away from the pressure, and a nice flood route where they had a deep route, a middle route, and a short route, and that middle guy found the hole in the zone, and good throw by the New Deal quarterback. before Starkey got him wrapped. Was Ryder, wasn't it, that
Yeah,
got him?
he did.
If I'm not sure, I just say Ryder because he's going to make more than he misses when it comes to tackles.
Yes, he is. Now they're going to stack over there to the. Oh, man. Beck does a really good job of slowing that down in the backfield till the cavalry could get there, and they're going to lose a yard on that one.
I think I've told you that one of the things I used to tell kids when we were coaching, you may not make the tackle, but you make the play. And Brayson Beck right there made the play.
Oh, and they got another hold.
And a hold. Well, anytime they've tried to run laterally on us, they have not been able to get anything done.
Hayden Brumley's a hard guy to kind of get a block on that edge. And
big, strong, and athletic. Boy, having him back has been a huge help for our defense.
roll it out. Starkey this time does a good job of taking that middle away. He saw it was basically the same route concept they ran last time. He got deeper, and this time they just had to come back right in front of Cooper Brown. They'll pick up 9 on the play, though, 2nd and 11.
You run that, there's a high probability if you don't get any pressure that, and we didn't right there, that somebody's going to be open, but you want it to be the shortest route possible. And we did a good job of covering that middle route that time. Don't be surprised to see this same idea run to the left now.
Nice job. We just talked about Brumley being a hard guy to block. He is going to get a 6-yard sack on the play back to the 41-yard line.
And it's just a universal truth. It doesn't matter if you're watching YFL out at Leopard Field tomorrow. And by the way, if you want to watch the little kids play, they're playing at Leopard Field tomorrow.
They will.
At Gene Messer Stadium.
All day.
All day.
The game started at 9. New home plays, I think, at 12, 3, and 5 is what I saw. Ryder Grace will be out there with her
But it doesn't
Lemonade
matter.
trailer.
Doesn't matter if it's that level, our level, college, NFL. Your coverage is a lot better when you're getting great pressure.
No doubt. So, Twins up top, Twins down low. They set up a screen, and Ryder Starkey catches that. He's got the quarterback to beat. Oh! He was trying to give Brayson time to get a block on the quarterback, and they catch him from behind, but that's going to be a New Home Leopard MC Master Roofing first down at the 21-yard line.
And that's a high IQ play. He was blitzing, and as he went through the line, he recognized the linemen were letting him through and that it was a screen pass. And he set right when he went through instead of continuing after the quarterback, and then just was an athlete who made a nice little snag of a pass and ran it back up. But that started with the fact he's been well coached and he's a smart kid, diagnosing what was going on as it happened.
And they are loading up the box here as we pitch it over to Starkey. See if Starkey can pay off that interception. He'll take it into the red zone with about a 4-yard carry. They're going to mark that at 17.
And that's something we haven't seen yet. That was a way unbalanced line. One end to the left of the center, the other 5 linemen to the right of the center. And just we're all running right in a hurry.
So 2nd down and 6. Caleb out there in the flat. Nice catch. Is that Fogerson? It is. Jake's going to pick up about 5 on the play, makes it 3rd down and 1.
And how crucial, and you know this from all the games you've seen this year, when we're not behind the sticks, we're so much better.
1,000%.
When it's 3rd and 1 and not 3rd and 8.
Well, and when we throw on early downs, it just seems to loosen some things up. We'll give that ball to Starkey. Man, he's going to stretch that thing out. What a block! Colby Cook lays a pancake and just gets that edge. The one linebacker that had a shot to even try to keep that from being a goal-to-goal situation, Colby put on his backside. It's going to be an MC Master Roofing 1st down and goal from the 4-yard line.
When a play like that, you're just getting a hat on a hat and telling him to find the gap. And he started up the middle and broke left and made a nice run.
Oh, he hits the slant. Colby Cook with the Carl McDonald, Edward Jones touchdown. Mama Cook loves to see those two hook up.
I was very blessed to have a quarterback receiver set of sons, and I told her last year, enjoy every time they say Cook to Cook for a touchdown, because I know that I sure did as a parent.
Caden McDonald on. Extra point is up, and he splits the uprights.
Of course he did.
And that is good. we say that after the fact these days.
That's right. We don't talk about him being a great kicker ahead of time. My wife did not hear me jinx him, but I did confess later that I gave the announcer's jinx to Caden McDonald. So,
Man, every great team needs a winning game plan. Carl McDonald with Edward Jones is here to help you design your financial strategy, just like a coach on game day. Whether it's retirement, college savings, or just getting ahead, Carl's got your back. Contact Carl McDonald with Edward Jones today at 806-698-8849 and let's score a touchdown for your financial future. Proud supporter of the New Home Leopards. Carl made a good color guy last week.
he did a great job.
Ryder Grace out there doing her thing.
There we go. Nice. I'll tell you, you probably couldn't have had a better start for the Fighting Leopards right there. Coach Keys got the defense to play like you wanted him to. Coach Ward got the offense to just march right down the field, running and throwing. That's the start we needed.
Absolutely. You know, Rusty and I were talking about this down on the field before the game. This is one of those, this is that get-right game. You're coming off. You need to come out, set a tone early, and let's get everything right. Kick's going to be taken at about the 14 by number 18. Lincoln Preston dives, misses that tackle. And Colt Keys comes up to make the tackle. The 28-yard line. New Deal Lions will take over from there.
And here's where this group that has had some ups and downs needs to just stack about another 2 or 3 great possessions in a row and let it start rolling the right way.
Bring in a little more size. Still going to show us trips. 2 in the backfield. Quarterback keeps this one. And I say quarterback, number 20 at quarterback. So the running back, you can tell when they want to go run the ball, they're like, hey, we're going to get an extra blocker in here. And we're just going to let 20 do his thing.
And man, that works a time or two early, but Coach Keys is no fool. He looks over and sees 5 on the sideline. You're fixing to see some heavy run blitzes until number 20 shows that he can throw the ball a little bit, or number 5 shows he can run it.
Yeah. So good pickup on first down. Makes it 2nd down and 3. Same formation. This time he pulls it. He's going to try to bounce it outside. There is nowhere to go. They're holding. They're doing everything they can, and they still could not stop Kyer.
Oh, face mask against us.
Oh, I'm going to bet you that was on Avon. Avon had him high, and I didn't see, but he made initial contact and was up high.
First down for the Lions.
Man. So that's what New Deal needed. Got a first down, got him up to the 50. Penalty. We have shot ourselves in the foot with some penalties the last 3 or 4 weeks. Trips to us. They'll keep 2 stacked in the backfield. They'll swing it out quick. Nowhere to go. Great job there by Graham Stanford kind of shutting that thing down. And man, if you're that receiver, once your feet stop, the cavalry's there.
You're dead.
mean, you've got Colby, you've got Graham, you've got Ryder Starkey. You should just lower your shoulder and get what you can.
Well, and it's a staple of any spread offense, but you got 1 receiver and 2 guys to block. Get one of them blocked and just say, I can go one-on-one. The kid from New Deal didn't block either one of them, so
No,
now
he
he's stuck between Colby and Graham, and
He did not.
I'm going back to the huddle going, hey, buddy, help me out here just a little bit.
Good job by the line. They went hard count. Everybody holds their weight. Woo, that's
That's
interception. Yes, sir. Cooper Brown. Once again, they tried that little flood route in the zone, and Cooper drifted a little bit deep and picked that thing off. So it's going to be Leopard football at the 35.
We did a really good job of not just playing a zone, but finding a person within that zone right there. And after, again, you run the same play 3 times in your first 10 plays. And I mean, Cooper Brown's got great hands. Their Coach Hill's arguing that he didn't catch it, but Coach Hill, I'm going to trust Cooper. He caught it. And the officials. Can't say that very often lately. Yeah, we're going to trust the officials.
Oh, Caleb pulls that. Nice lane. Good block there by Hunter Burrell. Going to get him up about 7 yards on that MC Master Roofing first down. Brings up 2nd down and 3.
I'm going to say the key to our offense the second half of this season has been Caleb running the ball.
Absolutely.
It's opened up so many things.
You know, he hurt his shoulder when we were down in not Forsan. Where'd we go for that
Sudan.
second? Sudan was the first one. Where was the second?
Farwell.
Farwell. I knew it started with an F. Nice run by Hunter Burrell. He'll pick up the MC Master Roofing first down at the 48 of the Leopards. You know, and so the first 3 or 4 weeks, it was more about just making sure that shoulder's healthy for
Right.
district, you know. But you're right. He, as a running threat, is incredible.
You know, just the level of skill kids we've got. When you can take Ryder Starkey and go sit him on the bench on offense and bring out Hunter Burrell, there's a lot of teams that have 2 running backs like that. And we've got another 2 or 3 on the side.
Now you're going to pitch it to Jake. Got a couple blockers out in front of him. Nice spin move. He's loose over there on the edge.
You're
Can he
not
get the
catching him.
Oh, and he is gone. That is going to be a 52-yard Carl McDonald, Edward Jones touchdown.
You're not going to look on this field and find many people who are better athletes than Jake Fogerson. And if you do, they're wearing white too.
Yeah.
So,
Man, you had Hunter Burrell, Parker Lyles, and Mitchell Baum out there lead blocking. And once he spun through that first arm tackle, there wasn't anybody that was catching Jake. We'll get a snap back, hold down, kick up, splits the uprights. Caden McDonald, 14-0 Leopards. 3:08 left to go here in the 2-8 construction first quarter. Attention Leopard fans, Jay Lynn Mounts from the Amy Tapp Real Estate Team is your MVP in the housing market. Whether you're looking to buy or sell, she brings home field advantage to every real estate transaction. Call Jay Lynn at 806-239-5767 and let her expertise guide you to your next victory. For a winning real estate experience, choose Jay Lynn Mounts.
you know, we're talking about Jake having a 50-yard touchdown, and with his speed and athleticism, if you don't see it, you go, oh, he just turned the corner and outran everybody. He didn't. They did a great job of stringing it at the line of scrimmage. He made a cut into the area the linebackers ought to be, and then just made a ridiculous spin move and then got to the outside.
And how about, you know, you expect Parker to be out there 15 yards blocking.
Yes.
How about Mitchell Baum, 15, 20 yards down the field blocking? I mean,
Man.
Hunter Burrell seals that, gets the kick out block. Jake spins through the backside linebacker trying to come across to make the tackle. And from then on, there's nobody to touch him.
And Mitchell,
Ooh, if that ball kicks up, they let that thing split them.
he's a great kid. He's incredibly smart, and just his effort is off the charts at anything he does. And so if you know Mitchell, you're not surprised at all that he's 15 yards downfield trying to get that extra block.
So now if you're new deal, you're thinking, man, what do we do? We don't need to. What, 3 of their first 5 passing plays have been that little flood route. Like,
Yep.
You wonder how much of the playbook does number 5 really know? I mean, he's not taking quarterback snaps probably most of the year.
Well, and this looks like it's going to be a run because 20's the
20's
one
back
taking the
in.
handoff,
Yep.
taking the snap.
Good job of stretching that thing out.
Brought down by number 60.
Colby Cook stretching it out. Ryder Starkey getting in there to make the tackle.
They don't have the speed to go side to side on us.
They do not.
I thought that coming in, and they've tried it 4 times for about 0 yards. So I'm going to go ahead and stay with it. I don't think they've got the speed to get side to side with us, and I don't know they got the strength to move us on the inside.
I'm shocked they haven't gone back to the seam route. They had some success there the first time. Now you got the sophomore. Jake's getting a breather. Lincoln Preston into the game. This time, 20's going to keep it. Makes a nice move in the hole. And then he just gets squared up and driven to the ground by Lincoln Preston. But not before he picks up about 8 yards on the play. Going to bring up 3rd down and 2.
You talk about a huge play. You get a stop right here and force them to punt, and they're looking at they've had no semblance of stopping us. And, for them coming in on a couple of losses as well, confidence is going to be shaky.
Yeah.
And so we've got a chance to really drive a hammer in what little confidence they had with the big stop right here.
So here they come out. They're going to come out 3 in the backfield. You expect this will just be a power run, and it will be. And, he got a block. Nice job there by, was that 79? No, it wasn't 79. 68. 68 comes over Troy Gomez and got a great kick out block there on Avon and just opened up a running lane there for the first down.
And I think they've kind of figured out that getting 20 north-south is going to be their best chance to move the ball on us.
Absolutely. Sorry, it froze for a second. Looks like Wyatt was changing out a battery.
And on this field, it is truly north-south.
Yeah, it is, and you are right on the highway.
You are.
You get to drive by and watch a little football as you go through New Deal.
I-27.
Oh, took advantage of our aggressiveness up the field, but Lincoln Preston picks that back up and drops him with a little WWE suplex there. They'll pick up 5 on first down, makes it 2nd down and 5.
And again, talk about quality depth. How many teams can have Jake Ferguson step off and roll Lincoln Preston in?
No doubt. You never wanted to. You never want to see anybody get hurt, but Jake getting hurt earlier in the year made the move of Lincoln from JV up to varsity necessitated. And then you look up and, man, the kid he ain't gone nowhere.
No.
Ward's like, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna keep you involved.
Well,
I
announced that first JV game, and he was hands down the best player on the field for either team. So I'm not surprised at all. He stepped up and played like that on varsity.
Let's get a quick word from our quarter sponsor. You mentioned right there on that 3rd down before they converted, just the momentum and the confidence killer. We had a chance to really put that proverbial foot on their throat and kind of put this thing away early. New Deal now picked up a first down. They've got the ball across midfield. If they can take this thing down and score, New Deal's got to feel like they're back in this ball game.
And they figured out kind of what they want to do. As a coach, you always watch film and you say, hey, this is our game plan. And, man, I've had some what I thought were great game plans on paper that I wadded up and tossed after about 2 possessions. And I think they figured out that what they've got a best chance to do is get number 20 moving up and down the field north-south and see if they can do a little damage that way.
Still in at quarterback. He'll keep it. Oh, that's going to be stretched out and go nowhere.
Good call by Coach Keys. He sent Colby Cook on the backside, outside linebacker blitz, and he's there to take the handoff, or if the guy hands the ball off, And when Kobe saw him pull it, he just ran right by that guy and chased him down from behind for a loss. That's a nice play.
It's a young man with a lot of football IQ.
No doubt. And that play on the chalkboard is drawn up for the running back who doesn't get the ball to keep Kobe from getting there.
You got to put his shoulder in him.
And
He did not.
he did not do that. That'll be talked about in film tomorrow, I promise.
Pulled out. Nice. That went right back to working the seam. I think that's where you're going to find some success there.
And by no means do you expect New Deal not to put up a fight. Coach Hill's been here too long. They've had too good of a program for too long. This is a very uncharacteristic down year for the New Deal Lions, but they've got a lot of success and a lot of pride. You know they're gonna make some changes, and their kids are gonna step up and not go silently.
And I'll come back to that thought right after this play. They're going to have two in the backfield, trips up top. Nice little stretch play to 20. Nice form tackle over there on the edge. Looks like Starkey came off that pile, as did Brumley. You know, I was talking to Rusty before, and he said, you know, New Deal's one of those towns we've just played forever. Like, coming through youth football, they play
Right.
New Deal. And he said, man, this grade, this age group that, you know, Rusty's got a senior Ty Dutton out there, they've just always been competitive, and they've always been talented. And he goes, so I expect they'll put up a little bit of a fight tonight. And we're seeing it here. 2nd down and 5. Ball in the Leopard 41. Clock ticks down. 9:52 to go here.
And this was their senior night. This is their last home game of the year. You're always getting a little something extra if somebody knows this is the last time they're going to get to play on their home field.
Twenty pulls. And, man, what a good job of stretching that out. Brayson Beck just keeps his guy stuck. He's getting blocked. And he's like, well, if you're going to block me, I'm just going to keep you in the way. And then Starkey comes behind him and makes the play. They lose about a yard on the play. 3rd down and 6.
And here's what Brayson's been taught, and every defender's been taught: keep your outside shoulder free. And that guy tried to lock up with Brayson fine. He kept his outside shoulder free, so that guy could not bounce outside of him. And when he does stop to turn around, he's running right back into Ryder Starkey with the head of steam. And so, again, may not make the tackle, but it made the play. And that's a really good job by Brayson right there.
Snap back. This time they're going to flood to the short side.
Oh, we're fixing to get a penalty.
Oh,
He thought he had caught it.
Brayson had no clue the ball went through his hands.
He thought he had caught it.
I do.
And they've got to call that. I mean, that's the right call. But that's just bad luck right there. Because he did turn and pivot and throw a kid down that didn't have the ball.
So that will convert what was going to be a 4th down into a 1st down. Yeah, that's hard. Brayson's coming up. His head's in on the tackle already. And that ball was a catchable ball. Like,
Yes.
you expect that receiver to catch that ball, and all he did was finish the tackle.
Yeah. There's no fault in that.
Just bad luck.
Just
The kid didn't catch
bad
it.
luck. Sometimes that's
33 going to take this on the stretch. Nice move, and then he gets hammered by Starkey again.
I'm not going to question another team's play design, but it sure does seem like they're not getting to Ryder Starkey.
They're not.
And I don't know about you. If I'm playing the Leopards, I'm going to start the day with we need somebody blocking 18 on every single play. And they may have a kid trying to get there, but he's not getting it done.
So 20's going to stay in at quarterback. They're going to put a single up top. Trips down to us, one in the backfield. Down. Oh, ball! Scooped up. Can Ty Dutton stay on his feet? This is what Rusty Dutton called it today. He said, Ty, pick one up and take it to the house. And Ty Dutton with the Carl McDonald Edward Jones touchdown.
An absolute dagger.
76 yards. New Deal scoring looking to score. They're down 14-0. They're driving it towards our red zone. And man, I think I'd have to. Oh, I've got a replay. Let's see if I can get the. Oh, we only get the last part of it. I forgot. I finally got the programming done to have replay, but it's only 10 seconds. Like you have to hit it immediately, or otherwise you don't get it. But I'm going to tell you this: at the pep rally this afternoon, afterwards, Parker and Ty walk up, and Rusty's right next to us, and we're all talking. And I'll finish this after the Caden McDonald extra point. Snap, kick, good. 21-0. Caden McDonald converts the extra point. And Rusty just texted me, my pep rally speech worked. So he looks at Ty. He says, Ty, I need you to intercept me one tonight. Let's go take it to the house. And Ty's like, Dad, they're not going to throw the ball. They're going to try to run it on us. And Rusty goes, well, then just pick up a fumble and go score. And Ty's kind of shaking his head like, yeah, Dad. And he called the shot right there.
That's awesome.
76-yard.
And I don't know who got him from behind. Ty was on the play side. Ty was stretching it like they've been doing very successfully. Somebody got him from behind.
It looked like Colby coming from that backside. It was hard to see because once the fumbles picked up, my eyes went to Ty, and I didn't watch who got off that pile.
And he stumbled a little bit. You didn't know he was going to keep his feet for about 10 yards. You know, and Coach Keys has, I mean, we talked about it. You're going to make adjustments seeing who's in there. And when they know the 20's no threat to throw, even if they're running trips set to one side, we're only putting 2 defensive backs that way. We've brought a safety back to the middle of the field, and we're seeing a heavy dose of run blitzes with our outside linebackers, either Colby or Ty or Bridger Brown. And that has made a huge difference in how quickly we've gotten where we're supposed to get. And Ty was the beneficiary of a teammate poking it loose and then doing what you practice on the first day of two-a-day, scoop and score.
He was telling me a story of there was a play, I think it was last year, fumble, nobody on like the 2-yard line, and nobody's really around, and Ty does what you're taught to do, jump on the ball. And he said Logan's looking at him like, why? The end zone's right there. Why did you pick it up and score? And so Ty, I think that's Ty's first career touchdown.
And we got Colt Tucker in the end zone last week. We got Ty Dutton this week. It's looking good for Mitchell Baum or Hayden Brumley or somebody else. Maybe get their first ever touchdown.
Man, 21-0, 7:37 to go here in the 2-8 construction second quarter. Oh, what a good job by Brayson Beck coming from the backside, tracking that the whole way because they actually had that blocked. Well, it was not Ty's first touchdown. He had a pick 6 against Ropes last year. So Ty's second career touchdown.
Oh, so this is, I mean, it's no big deal.
So it's just old work for him.
Yeah. My first year coaching, we had a kid. The kid that texted me, I can't believe you're 51. He scored a touchdown and was jumping up down in the end zone. Our head coach told him, said, act like you've been there before. And he pulled over the sideline. He said, Coach,
I've never been there.
Never been there before. All right, then next time act like you've been there before.
This time, fake handoff. Good job by Brumley. Oh, everybody.
Brayson Beck.
Dude, he spun out of a tackle from Brumley and Colby Cook just to get popped by Brayson Beck.
Spin move is great if you keep your forward acceleration going. If you're spinning in one spot, you're going to get tattooed like that. And we've talked there all year long. There's not anybody pound for pound stronger than Brayson Beck. And you may look at him at 5'6", 5'7", and think, oh, I can go at him. No, you really don't want to. And he came up, and I think he's still a little upset about that penalty. He wanted to take it out on that kid.
3rd down and 9. Oh, false start. 80 wasn't on the line, and so he scooted forward after being set. Just kind of shimmied his feet. And
And I kind of feel a little bit for New Deal because this is how it's been for us a couple times. We've gotten in this spot where the snowball just seems like it's rolling against you.
Roscoe.
Oh,
It's
it's rolling against you, and it's so hard to stop that momentum and get something positive going. Now, I don't feel bad for them, but I do recognize where they're sitting. Look for
Oh, they're going to do a reverse. Oh, they have blockers. Let's see if one of our guys can shed one, and they do. Is that Jake Fulkerson? It is. They had numbers. They had 4 guys. We had 3, and Jake just beat the blocker to a spot. They're going to lose 7 on that. It's going to be 4th and 16.
Jake came from safety on the left hash across the field to the right and like a bullet through 3 blockers to take what had a chance to be a big play into a loss of 1.
Yeah, they're going to watch that on film and think, man, what if? And they had 2 guys to block him because they did a good job on Colby and on Brayson.
Yes, they did. First punt of the night.
Ooh, Ty almost got there to block it. He wasn't about to rough anybody, though. Cooper, he's going to field it, and he is off to the races. Get one man to beat, and number 3 gets trucked just for trying. But it looks like there's going to be a penalty here in the area of holding or blocking the back. Oh, there's 2 flags, so it was pretty obvious what it was.
My wife just texted me, my goodness, Jake is fast.
Holding.
So it showed up on film, too, as he went flying in for that tackle.
Yeah, he showed it on offense and defense tonight. Now, I hear Jake is a hurdler, like a 300 hurdler. He didn't run him last year, I guess, because he was hurt. But going back to his sophomore year, and you got to have a little gumption to run the 300 hurdles. Those aren't the easiest things to run.
There's 3 man-maker races, the 300 hurdles, the quarter, and the 800. And 300 hurdles is a tough one. Jake's just so talented, so athletic, fast, can run, can jump.
So here we go, 4:43 to go here in the 2-8 construction second quarter. Fake handoff to Hunter. Caleb keeps it. He makes the first guy miss. He's going to pick up 12 yards on that first down carry. He'll pick up another MC Master Roofing first down at the 30.
There's a reason colleges love quarterbacks who can run. Pros don't because they pay them too much money. But colleges do because it just changes the blocking dynamics.
It does.
You've got a hat on a hat, and instead of runners got to beat one person, everybody's accounted for. And when he's following Hunter Burl up into that hole.
Jake's going to go in motion. They're going to fake it. Oh, they pitch it back to Hunter. Ball's out! New Deal picks it up. They recover. Number 20 makes a play. First time we've gone to Hunter this year on that play.
And they got a little life. 3:51 to go in the first half. They're thinking if we can get a score right here, cut into the lead.
And I'll be honest, the guy that comes up with the ball fired up isn't the guy I want fired up because it's 20.
Right.
he's the guy that's going to either bring that huddle to life or not. They're going to motion him out.
Double pass. He's going back.
Oh, Cooper Brown just not quite tall enough. That is a really, really different way to run that double pass. Typically, you're going to try to sneak that receiver. He's going to chip block, and then he's going to take off because the corner typically thinks, oh, I just beat my block. I'm going to go get him.
Right.
They brought a receiver from the backside, and Cooper just came with him. Like, I'm not the way I would have drawn that one up.
No, you're hoping that kid's just being lazy on the backside, and Cooper did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Brumley coming backside. Is it, of course, Ryder Starkey in on it as well. Third down and 10. Yeah, everything about it. They set it up well. It was blocked well. They had time to throw. They just didn't release that wide receiver down. That was interesting.
And there's nothing more scary as a coach to recognize what was happening. Kind of like, I mean, I saw that very quickly.
Yeah.
But then you're going, do my guys see that very quickly? Because when you recognize they've got a trick play that could be big, you then immediately go, do we have it covered? And my eyes went backside and thought, Cooper's got this. I'm actually surprised he didn't pick it off.
Yeah, if it's a better thrown ball, Cooper
picks it off.
Because he became the receiver on that one. Handoff up the middle. Nice job in the middle of the hole.
Oh, good run.
Ty Dutton meets him. He is going to pick up 8 on the play. Ward's going to take his first time out to get the clock to stop with 2:41 to go here in the 2-8 construction first half.
Nice run by that young man.
It was. Leopard fans, your first downs are brought to you courtesy of MC Master Roofing. Just like our team, your home deserves the best defense. Trust MC Master to keep your roof in top shape. Call today at 806-698-4653. Protect your home with a winning roof.
You can get all your refreshment needs at the Studio Concession Stand. Tonight's concession stand is being sponsored by the Sophomore Class.
And I got time for one more. New Home Leopard fans, looking for a game changer in real estate? Meet Jay Lynn Mounts from the Amy Tapp Real Estate Team. Whether you're buying your first home or upgrading to a new one, Jay Lynn's got the winning strategy to make it happen. Call her today at 806-239-5767 and let her help you score the perfect home. Jay Lynn Mounts, turning dreams into reality, one home at a time. Punt team on.
Has New Deal played Floydada yet?
I don't think so. That wasn't one of the games I watched on film.
Then as we're sitting, New Deal's, the winner of tonight's in the playoffs
Actually,
for sure.
they haven't because we play Alton next week, and then Post and Abernathy play next week. So it's got to be Floydada and New Deal.
Oh, I was afraid of that fake punt.
And what a job! Bryson Beck punches it out. Ty Dutton's thinking touchdown again, but they get the tackle as Ty Dutton picks up the fumble. What a job by Bryson Beck.
And I was curious when I asked that because when you're desperate and don't want to put yourself into a one game to make the playoffs or not, like they're looking at next week, a fake punt inside your own 30 may not be out of the realm of possibility.
Actually, if they lose tonight, I think they're out.
Are they?
Because Post and Abernathy are 1-2.
Oh,
We're
it's us
3, and Alton's beaten both.
Okay. So I'm not surprised at that, knowing that situation, because there's nothing to lose.
Yeah, at this point. Coming right back to Hunter. Nice block. Get in there behind Parker. Drives it down. Going to pick up 8 yards on that MC Master Roofing first down. That'll take us inside the red zone. 2nd down and 2 at the 17.
I'm a little embarrassed to say this. That yellow line on the 20 going with the New Deal colors of green and gold. In my mind, I was like watching a game on TV. That's a first down. Oh, that's not a first down. That's the 20.
It's funny how we're programmed to think the yellow line's first down. Burrow again. Lowers that shoulder. He's going to pick up the MC Master Roofing first down to the 14.
Really good idea here by Coach Ward. He's not trying to score in one play. We're going to burn this clock down, score, leave them no time, go into halftime up 28-0, and know that we get the ball to start the second half.
That's the big key there is you get the ball. I'll tell you, I'm missing the Copper Barn pizza tonight. This time they're going to fake it. Caleb's going to, they're going to get us 55.
And we got a penalty.
Yeah, it's 55. Keaton Bullard reached up and grabbed.
Dalton Martin, junior for them, made a great move coming down the line and catching Caleb from behind. And I imagine they're going to take the 10 yards
I would too.
Make him replay first.
How are you, sir? So it's
Just had an appearance by the New Deal superintendent. Great guy, Matt Reed.
So here we go. 1st and 20 from the 24-yard line. Clock ticks down. Minute 10 to go in the 2-8 construction second quarter. Oh, great block.
Great
Nice catch. Parker Lyles down to the 10.
Quick pass complete to number 4. Parker
He's going to
Lyles.
pick up 15 on the play. We'll get a timeout.
That was a nice throw and a nice catch both.
Parker did a good job going up in high point now. Caleb did not take it easy on his buddy.
No, he did
put
not.
some zip on that.
Rolling to his left. Not always the easiest throw, but he put it on the money. But he did have a little.
He stepped into that one.
A little picante.
Oh, so 2nd down and 5. 56 seconds to go from the 10-yard line. Good job of picking back up the 10 we lost and 5 more.
And I don't think, we haven't done it yet this year, but you know that at some point you may have to. I think you're well within range for a Caden McDonald field goal as well. So,
No doubt.
I think we've got multiple options to score.
Yeah, we've only tried 1 field goal this year. And it was a little bit longer, and Caden, you could tell he tried to put a little too much. He didn't. And here's what's is I think as a teenager you're thinking, man, it's a long field goal. I got to try harder. But
Right.
his normal kick's going to make a
Gonna make that.
35-yarder. I mean,
Right.
Caden's got a leg on him.
We want to say that, why does that happen? Then we go to the golf course and we do the exact same thing. I'm going to swing a little harder to help it out. And it usually doesn't work.
Second down 6 for the Leopards.
Here we go, in tight. Going to pitch it out to Lincoln. Lincoln makes the first guy miss. He's going to lower his shoulder. It looks like it's going to be out of bounds at about the 1-yard line. So it's going to be an MC Master Roofing
We got a
first and
penalty.
goal.
We got a penalty.
Oh,
21 Lincoln.
Holding against us.
Preston with the carry.
That's the second time we've burst out of a huddle real fast and sprinted up. Both times we've had a very unbalanced line and run toward that unbalance. This time it worked better than the first time, but probably because somebody's cheating.
so that's going to back us up to the 20 now. 2nd down and 16. Here's what we do know is it was a downfield block, so it was about 4 yards downfield because they gave us 4 of the yards that we picked up and then took the 10 back. Caleb rolls. Oh, Caleb throws an interception. He just got a little behind Colby. And that ball is going to be intercepted at the 2-yard line.
That's one that he put on a rope. He needed to put some air underneath it.
Yeah. And he went for it all, and he's going to want that one back because the flat was open at about the 6-yard line.
You know. And I think that one is open if you throw it and
Yeah,
let
if
him
you
run
lead,
under it.
if you can kind of put some air under it and let Colby run to
Because
it.
the young man that was guarding him was coming from behind, so just let him keep running. But kept it a little flat. And good play by the young man from New Deal. That's the thing sometimes it's hard to remember is they have kids that are athletic
Oh,
too.
yeah.
I mean, they're trying hard to make plays.
Good job of our line holding steady, not giving them a free 5. Ty Dutton. Oh, I thought he handed that ball off. He didn't. I think this will take us to the half if I'm not.
Brought down by 0, Cooper Brown.
If he'd have handed it off, Ty would have had
A safety.
8 points tonight because he'd have got a safety
He
on top of
was.
it.
He played it perfect, squared that running back up. Yeah, this will take us to the half. So you'll get the New Deal band facing us, so you'll get to watch them. And we'll be back probably going to be being senior night. I don't know if they're doing anything. Probably going to be 20 to 24 minutes. I was going to say I'd give you the scoreboard, but instead I'm going to leave it so you can watch their band. We don't always get to see a band perform, you know, and so being on the home side away, they got a big band down here. They're putting in some practice on the track, but you know, a couple speed bumps that you'd like to have back, but overall you're going into the half 21-0, coming off of a hard loss. Do you feel like this is the get back game you were looking for?
I think it's headed that way. You know, I'm going to be interested to see. I mean, I always thought a game like this, when you're coming in favored, you feel like you're the better team, and things start rolling for you early. Kudos to New Deal for making a couple plays to keep it, because it could be 35-0 right now in a heartbeat. And they made a couple of plays to keep it 21-0. You know you're going to get their best effort for that first possession or two. And if you can withstand, because their coaches are good coaches, they're going to go in, they're going to get them fired up, they're going to make a couple of changes, and they're going to come out and they're going to take that big punch to see if they can fight their way back in. You survive that, I think this can steamroll exactly into the game you're talking about.
And if I'm their coaches, I'm in there saying, listen, these guys were up 14 with 3 minutes to go last week, and they gave it away. Like,
Yep.
you can go get this. And they've seen the film, so they've got to believe that they have a shot.
And I promise you, Coach Ward is going, guys, we were up 14 with 3 minutes to go. Let's drop the hammer here and let's make this 42-0 real quick.
Absolutely. So we will get you their band. Let me zoom out here on the camera here. And you'll see their band walk in just a minute. I about to say that a drone, but we don't. I forget. We're right in the path of Lubbock International Airport.
I have flown in and seen a game at New Home from the side of a Southwest airplane before on a Friday night.
We'll have 19 minutes to go. We'll come back with 4 or 5 left. And we'll be right back with it. All right, 4 minutes to go here till the Slayton Family Medical Clinic third quarter kicks off. Not the perfect first half, but you got to like the fact you're up 21-0 and you're getting the ball after with the opening kick of the second half, Coach.
No question. And I told one of our parents that I saw as went down towards the restrooms at halftime. She said, "How about the defense?" And I said, "Well, here's an undeniable truth I've learned in 29 years of coaching. If the other team doesn't score, you can't lose. Now, you may not win, but I don't care if it's baseball, basketball, football, whatever. If you can have a goose egg on the other team's side, you got a really good chance to win." So, yeah, it was not perfect. We had a couple of places that we could have made this 35-0 in a real quick heartbeat. But after the last couple of weeks, definitely a better feeling.
And you hate to put too much pressure on one drive, but you feel like this opening drive of the second half sets the tone for the rest of the game. You go out and score 28-0 feels pretty insurmountable if you're New Deal. But knowing what you know, if you come out and get a 3-and-out as New Deal, now you feel like, hey, we punched this thing in. We're only down 14, and we've seen the Leopards give up some 14-point leads.
And it creeps in our mind, too.
Absolutely.
I mean, don't kid yourself, and I don't mean that as players. I mean players, coaches, everybody. We all talk about, letting something go and putting it behind us and going forward. But it's hard not to let something like that creep in your mind a little bit.
Because that here we go again thought comes into play.
And conversely, if we come out and just cram it down their throats and it's 28-0 after about 4 minutes in this quarter, it goes the other way.
You feel pretty, the confidence begins to build, and you're like, all right, let's go finish this.
Yes.
And so we're in New Deal as your Leopards head out of the tunnel. Kind of scroll with them. Ty Dutton leads them out. Talk about having a first half.
Touchdown, Ty Dutton. Thank you very much.
TD.
Yes, TD.
He's got a new nickname. Ryder Grace loves this show on TV, and oh my gosh, the name of it just left me because I started to tell this story. But Outer Banks. But he looks just like the main character, John B. So we always joke with him that he's John B. And he goes, everybody tells me that. But now he's going to be TD from now on.
Touchdown, Ty.
So, minute to go here. I do know as Wyatt makes his way back up. We talked at halftime. He's going to swap out a batter. This one was almost dead. He's like, so I just thought I'd let it die at halftime. So I'll have it in here until he gets that swapped out. New Deal lines coming out.
And you're going to get their best shot. All right, New Deal's a program with a long history, a lot of pride. These guys are accustomed to winning, and so they're going to come out and they're going to have made some adjustments, and we're going to see them early, but we get to make some adjustments too, and so it's going to be a very interesting first possession right here. I am glad we've got the ball.
So while he swaps that battery out, I'll do my best to make sure I get you rotated here to follow this thing. Make sure, there we go. Be a little more jerky. I don't have the stabilizer on this tripod, but it's nice to have a backup camera after the camera issues we had the first couple weeks. See if they try anything tricky. They kind of squib it. They try to hit Colt Tucker with it. And that ball, Ty was playing with fire over there. He was like, that ball's going to go out of bounds. And it just slowly.
That went on. That was a little too dangerous right there.
That was.
Because that's exactly what we could not have happen, is give them a quick breath of life and enthusiasm after halftime.
So offense heads out. Ryder Starkey will be the running back in the backfield. Different formation here is now you got Colby in tight. Oh, that's because we're just going to go power run. Great block. Oh, man. What a job by number 69 getting off a block to grab Starkey.
But it was a really good job by Lyles and Cook to get that edge set and get him a 5 yards. The kid had to make a spectacular play to keep that from being 15.
He did. Troy Gomez, we've called his name. That's number 68. We've called his name a couple times tonight. Yeah, that was blocked. Kobe in motion. Caleb doesn't hand it to him, just follows him, uses Kobe as a blocker, and he's going to pick up that MC Master Roofing first down. He didn't like the look there on the end, so he just let Kobe go block him, and he kind of followed him around that corner.
Worst things to do.
All right. White's back. Get you swapped over. Slayton Family Medical Clinic, third quarter. Clock ticks under 11 minutes. Oh, just over the top of Colby.
I like that look, though. It's a look you see a lot in college. You run that play fake, especially as effective as our running backs have been. You run that play fake to try to get that linebacker to step up and then hit that guy up the seam. And I like that we've got that in the playbook there. I think we could run that to our tight end or either one of those inside receivers.
Yeah, and they're loading the box, so that seam's going to be there the more they – I mean, look at that. Look at Starkey. Find a way to turn what should have probably been a negative play into about a 3-yard gain there. Going to make third down and 7.
You're exactly right. We don't have enough bodies to block as many as they've got in the box. And they're giving us one-on-one, basically with nobody free. That free safety is looking in the backfield. So you've got one-on-one coverage across the board. I gotta like our chances.
Jake's down here just thinking, hey, can we do this? It's him versus 12. And I don't know if you're 12, if you really want to. Oh, nice throw back to Cooper. Oh, did that ball get ripped out? It looked like it did. Yeah, Cooper's coming out empty-handed. That's New Deal line football. That's what New Deal needed here.
And that's exactly what we did not want. Now let's see if our defense can kind of bail us out right here. Love the play call. They sent an interior blitz and you throw a screen to the outside, but we did not do a very good job of getting everybody blocked on the outside.
So 20's in. So you expect it's going to be a run. He hasn't thrown the ball at all today.
Not one. I don't think he's thrown in warm-ups.
He'll keep it up the middle. Nice little hop step. He'll pick up 3 on first down.
Need to find his name and send it to Coach Webb and say, is this one of their baseball players? Can he throw?
Jonas Rodriguez.
Is he a guy that might play center field and has an arm? Because they've not even attempted to throw the ball with him in the backfield.
And as fast as our linebackers are coming up, you could almost do that Tim Tebow little jump pass with you just sneak that tight end down, and if he even puts his head down like he's going to run, we are selling out to the run. Nice handoff. Good move by 33 in the hole. Jake Fogerson with a nice tackle, but not before a New Deal line first down.
You like to have Jake come up and make that tackle, but you don't like to have your safety making tackles.
Amen.
End of a game where your safety hasn't made a tackle once, usually a pretty good game.
New Deal putting up a fight here on senior night. You can tell they're not going to go down without swinging. 5 in now, but they still hand it off. 2:20. He is shifty. That looks like it's going nowhere, and he finds 4 yards on first down.
He did. That was a nice play. And I mean, and here's New Deal. I can't remember the last time New Deal didn't make the playoffs. And this is it for them. If they lose this, they're out. And so I don't think New Deal, their community or their school or their kids or their coaches, anybody would contemplate them not being a playoff team. And they've got 1 quarter and 8 minutes to try to get in.
Oh, great tackle, Colby Cook. Got back there, got his hands on his hips. Didn't really even get to square him up. That was a hand tackle around the hips.
Yes, and then as he was spinning, Ryder came in and gave him a little
love tap.
Well, I don't think it was a tap, and I don't think it was done in love. So we're going to say you're 0 for 2 on that one, Stephen. But yes, there was a physical contact. That was something he'll remember tomorrow when he's icing stuff.
Oh, good job keeping that in there. Now come up, make the tackle. Great job, Jake Fogerson. Come up to help. I think we ripped that ball away. Beck comes up with it.
Stopped by number 11, Robin Beck.
They don't give it to him, but if you watch, Beck comes up, makes the play, and as he rolls through, that ball is in Beck's belly, not the receiver's.
The outside receiver was blocking Brayson Beck, and Brayson fought off of him and got a hold of him, and then Jake, as we've seen several times tonight, came in like a bullet and finished him off. This is a big play right here.
Here we go, 4th and 5. See if they don't roll number 5 out. Oh, great route. The seam's there.
And he made that catch with 3 people around him. Bridger Brown was around him, Ty Dutton, Jake Fogerson.
Nice play call.
And well executed.
It was.
All right. That doesn't bother me. That's not us making a mistake. That's him making a play when we have something guarded really well.
We're still running a zone in the middle, and we let him sit. And he would give the receiver credit. He identified it, and he sat down right in front of that safety and inside the linebacker.
And credit to the quarterback. That was not a very big hole to throw the ball into.
Yeah, they executed. Oh. Ball's up. Oh, they're going to call a false start. That bailed them out because that right tackle did move. But I think we'd rather have what that play was going to end up being than the false start.
No doubt. That was going to be a lot more than 5 yards back, and there's a chance we're the ones coming out with the football.
So it's going to be 1st down and 15 back at the 31. They pull it out. There is nowhere to go.
Nope.
What a great job. Avon Madrid gets in there, gets the sack, back to the 37. Oh, they're going to mark it 36.
And that wasn't a sack generated by a blitz. That was 3 guys. That was 3 on 5, actually 3 on 6, because I think they kept a guy in the block. And Avon just powered through and got to the quarterback. Is this country mile territory?
It's getting there. It is. Oh, it is right at 20 yards. So,
Suburb
second
mile,
and a country mile. And one thing I hadn't talked about today yet, I just saw Sunrays up 28-0. Armando Lujan, a name we know well from New Home, broke the all-time state passing record last week. Oh, nice. Everything done well but catch the ball by New Deal. It's going to set up 3rd down and 20, and this offense doesn't have many. No offense has many play calls. I don't know that this one has a play call for 3rd and 20.
No doubt. And you know this is 2 down territory for them. They almost got half of it back right there. Good job by our defensive line. We forced him to move right and didn't let him stay in the middle, so he had to try to throw across his body back to a guy crossing right to left while he's rolling right.
And it just ended up on that back shoulder and a hard ball to catch.
And again, that's where pressure made your coverage better.
Oh,
nice.
It's going to be 4th and 25 as that snap rolls back to the quarterback.
And that's where high school rules help you out on defense, because when he goes to his knee to recover it, he's down the minute he touches it.
Yeah. So they'll bring out the punt team. It's got to be the punt team. It's not the field goal team.
It's the field goal team. I am thoroughly intrigued at what's about to happen.
Yeah, if you're trying a 57-yarder in New Deal, that's. But yeah, Jonathan Gray previously held the state high school scoring record, and Armando Lujan passed him last week.
Unfortunately, I think it's about probably 6, maybe 7 of those have come against the Leopards the last 2 years in the playoffs.
Nice punt down to the 11. So it's going to be an MC Master Roofing first down and 10 with the Leopards backed up to their own 11.
And he's an impressive kid. Being down on the sideline last year watching Sunray and us play, you know, you see all the yards and the touchdown passes. Physically, he's an impressive kid. He's 6'3".
And
He's
I'll tell you-
205, 210 pounds, and
And I can tell you, moving from that neck of the woods, he is as humble of a young man as you will find. He talks about his receivers and his running back. He does not, you will not hear the word me or I in his vocabulary. Caleb, nice route. An out route to Jake. Jake's off to the races. You're not going to catch him. Oh, we're going to go 85 yards. Caleb Cook to Jake Fulgerson.
I love those routes. When I was coaching offense, I told our quarterback all the time, you threw a 5-yard pass, and tomorrow in the paper it's going to say 85 yards. You can tell everybody you laid it out there for him. Just get it to athletes and let them do the work. That was not poorly covered.
No, he was. But you leave a man on an island covering a kid as fast as Jake, and you're liable to give up a Carl McDonald, Edward Jones touchdown. And that's exactly what happened.
That was a good job segueing the sponsor in there, too, by the way.
Caden McDonald with the extra point, and it is 28-0 Leopards. What a job. You come out, you turn the ball over, New Deal's moving, they punt a couple penalties in their drive, and you feel like, okay, they punted, they backed us up to our own 15. We got to go put together a drive, and then you have a one-play 85-yard drive.
I mean, if you're an Office fan, my how the turns have tabled because that flipped in a hurry. And when he caught it, I thought, okay, it's a nice little first down play. He's going to get 7-8 yards. And then when he turned up,
I think if the corner dives out at him early, he has a shot.
He's got a shot.
He's right there. But Jake's pulling away, and he waits to dive and lay out till Jake's pulling away, and you're not going to catch Jake. I mean, very few guys are running Jake Fulgerson down.
and at least he does. One of the things I hate watching on college games or wherever, somebody just
quit.
runs behind the guy all the way to the end zone.
Or lets
Lay
up
out.
when he says, when he's like,
Yes.
oh.
Lay out. Give us a little effort there. So, I mean, he did everything he's supposed to do. He just, he was out
The only
athletic.
thing that gets me more than that goes on right now, and it happened last night in that NFL game, guys dropping the ball before they cross the goal line.
That cost UCF a Big 12 game last week.
Yeah, you're getting paid to be in the NFL, and the Jets receiver drops the ball before he crosses the goal line. Oh, nice tackle there by Ty Dutton.
Returned by number 18, Isaiah St.
Up,
Louis.
gonna spot it at about the 27 and a half.
And Ty was untouched on that kickoff return. Again, I can't think that their special teams coach said, hey, don't block 25. We've seen a pretty steady dose of Avon Madrid at left end. Zach Sellers is in right now, and so has been Hayden Brumley on the right. But our defensive line has played really well.
Nice job.
Thank you, Avon, for making that tackle on cue,
Brought down by number 7, Alvin Madrid.
along with Heatwell. He made a nice little play right there.
Heatwell strong as an ox, man.
Now he can definitely hold his own on the strength category. And time's becoming a huge enemy for New Deal. We haven't seen them show any big play explosiveness like we just saw from the Leopards. And with 3:30 to go in the third quarter, they've got to score 4 times just to tie us.
And off to 33. Man, he hits the hole. Ty Dutton saves what would have been an even bigger play. Not Ty Dutton.
Lincoln Preston.
Lincoln Preston. The way his jersey was pulled up on the front, it kind of looked like a 5.
And there again, that's the benefit of depth. When you get Fogarty gets an 85-yard touchdown over here, and a little gassed, obviously. Well, it's okay. We got a stud we can put in right behind you, and he can play safety this possession. Not a lot of teams have that.
So 1st and 10 at the 38. New Deal working, trying to get back in here. They're going back to 33. He's a good hard runner. And another, not what you're looking for your safety to make 2 straight tackles in the running game, but New Deal pick up 7 on 1st down. A couple scores of point. Panhandle Panthers, who will very likely be the new home opponent in by-district, 57-0 at the halftime over Highland Park. Post 53-3 over Floydada at halftime, and Abernathy at the half 13-0 over in Olton. High snap, good job of 20 pulling it down. He's going to go get the 1st down right up to the 50-yard line.
And then, we give up a 1st down, and nobody wants to do that. But you look, and they have gained 18, 20 yards of real estate, and it's taken them 3 minutes to do that.
Yeah.
And they can't do what they need to do in that time frame.
Yeah, this Slayton Family Medical Clinic second half is ticking away quickly. Here's another game that's going to be fun to just scoreboard watch next week. Stanford versus Hawley. Stanford beating Olney 52-0 midway through the 3rd. Hand off to 20. He's going to, he drives up, picks up 2, maybe 3. He's going to set up 2nd down and 7. And Hawley beating Abilene TLCA 40-0 starting the second half. And those 2 tangle next week. And it will decide the winner of District 4. Stanford, the current number 1 team in the state in 2AD1.
Stanford's always had some good athletes and made several deep runs.
And well coached down there too. Yeah, Stanford. If things play, nice throw and catch. Put that where only his receiver could go up and get it. And New Deal moving the ball down to the 32.
We diagnosed it. Ryder Starkey saw it. He broke on it. He just broke a little too far, and the ball was right behind him. And like you said, incredibly well thrown.
And that Slayton Family Medical Clinic 3rd quarter is gone. That went fast.
That did go fast.
And so if you are a Lion fan, you're now down to 12 minutes for your playoff life.
And here's where we get the opportunity to bow up, keep them out of the end zone here, maybe put another one up. If nothing else, burn some serious
Eat up some clock.
And not give an opponent life. Because, you and I have talked, and we both on air and off, that at times we've been our own worst enemy. And I'm a firm believer it doesn't matter what the sport is, more games are lost than are won.
Yep.
And right now we're winning this game. But I think for a couple of our games, we could say we lost it as opposed to our opponent won it. Or we sure helped them win it. Yeah. And we need to make sure that right now that we do the little things correctly. We make the plays that we need to make. And we finish off the position that we're in, up 28-0 going into the 4th.
Man, that really was a fast quarter. Not a lot of drop balls, so the clock continuously ran when both teams were on offense. About the only real stop was Jake's 85-yard touchdown, long enough to kick an extra point and kick it off.
And that was just stop for everybody to catch up to Jake. Players, officials, and everybody else.
I think it's safe to say Jake Fogerson's going to be our player of the game on offense.
Well, and I would say he's if it's an overall player of the game, he might be it too. He's made a couple of really
no
nice
doubt,
plays
no
from
doubt.
safety.
Nice pop there. Three names you're used to: Colby Cook, Ryder Starkey, brace him back. Meet at the running back.
There's going to be one definite loser in that, and that is the running back.
And they are not in a hurry. This shocks me.
I don't think that's their DNA. I really don't think they've got a hurry-up style to them.
Nice job, Colby Cook. He read quarterback the entire way, and it's going to be a 3-yard loss, setting up 3rd down and 10.
He blitzed right in behind those pullers, and as those two the right guard and right tackle pulled on the counter, he was right behind them, and he's so fast and quick too. It's not like he's got to build up to get fast.
Yeah, no,
He's fast after about a step and a quarter. We're bringing linebackers again.
false start. Number 55. He saw the same thing. He just tried to get there a little quick.
False start against the Lions.
Clock ticks down to 10:20 to go here in the Slayton Family Medical Clinic 4th quarter. We hadn't run that flood yet. Oh, Beck just got there a little late. I mean, and by a little, I mean like an 18th of a second late. And then Cooper Brown becomes the receiver down there, and the receiver does a good job of going up and just making sure Cooper doesn't intercept that one.
The quarterback had no idea that was coming.
No, and he felt every bit of it.
Yes, he did. Right in his lower back. Perfectly clean, perfectly legal. I mean, we've got a great crowd of Leopard fans up here at New Deal tonight. And you can hear the cowbells. You can hear Linnell Beck's woo, 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 and some sounds that we are accustomed to hearing in Leopard Nation. And it's great to have that kind of following. Let it go.
Cooper's going to let that check up. Nice golf shot. Going to come down to about the 10.
Seeing Zach would be upset it wasn't at the 5.
Saw Zach over there at halftime.
Yep.
Rocking shorts. I thought, man, it's chilly out here. I was kind of glad we had our own little room after I feeling that breeze.
Boy, and you've definitely upgraded the facilities for me this year. We started out at ropes on a rickety stands with 600 of our closest friends.
Oh, and the whole thing shaking the whole time.
The whole
Camera
time.
couldn't.
And then now we've upgraded to a really nice little, just me and you in a little part of the press box and Ethernet, right?
Yeah.
To broadcast off of. So
I'll tell you, if that playoff game happens where I think it is, we're going to upgrade again, because it should happen at Happy State Bank Field is what I'm being told. Looks like Lincoln Preston with the carry. He's going to get about 1 on the play.
you know, Caleb did a good job. That's a really good 1 yard gain because that snap was not handled smoothly. And the one thing that we cannot do is have a turnover at the 10-yard line and give them an opportunity to score a quick one.
Yeah, absolutely.
So even if it's just 1 yard, the fact that it's forward and the clock is still rolling and it's still our ball.
And it's our ball.
That's a success.
Nice fake pitch. Caleb keeps it. They read that really well. Limited
did.
that to about 3 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 6. Stratford up over Vega 47-0. Groover 28. Farwell 6.
Groover looking strong in D2.
Dude, they do. And Stratford had a running. Their stud running back, helped them win state that his freshman year back with Bryce Braden, tore his ACL last week.
Oh, hate to hear that.
Stratford down a big piece of their.
That could have easily have been pass interference.
You could have argued that 19 made contact with Cooper a little early.
The only reason I would, if the umpire back there told me he was making a play on the ball,
You could, yeah.
I wouldn't argue it too much, but I definitely think he made contact. First time to not see the Leopards punt team.
The last time we saw the Leopard punt team, Parker was getting a fumble. Oh, the one thing you can't do. You got to get that one off. Blocked punt. Touchdown, Lions. That you didn't need that.
No, we did not need that.
Make them drive.
Because they haven't shown the ability to score quick on offense.
None.
And so you surely don't want to let them score quick on defense or special teams.
They've only got 9 guys on the field. They're running a couple on late. I say late. There's still 22 seconds on the clock. Woo, and the Leopards almost got that one, but it will be wide right, and it will stay 28-6, as there was a lot of pressure up the middle on that one. But Leopards get the ball back. Another chance to eat away at this clock. Obviously, you feel like New Deal's got to kick an onside kick here.
Oh, they've got to.
And
They've
so-
got to have the ball back.
Expect to see their hands team.
And the key for us is, can we run the ball? If we can run the ball 3 times and pick up a first down, then there's nothing they can do about it. We have to make a pass. I mean, that could kill them, just like it did with Jake a while ago, but also could be a clock stop and play like it was on the slant to Cooper. So we definitely need to be able to impose our will a little bit and run the ball for a first down right here.
Couple other area scores. My guys up in Bushland, 42-7 over Dalhart at halftime. Shallow Water, 44. River Road, 0. Lamesa winning 28-0 over Brownfield. Lamesa, I'll tell you this, Lamesa made a great football hire this year. They brought in Coach Ramos from Coach Parr's staff down at Anna. They just coming off of a state championship this last year. And Coach Ramos, it won't take him long to have Lamesa super competitive.
Bushland and Canadian looking like they're going to potentially get to have round 2 of that.
Bushland Shallow Water.
Bushland Shallow Water,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, yes. Round 2 of the game they played just earlier.
Yeah, Shallow Water upsetting number 3 Bushland last week, 21-20. So Hunter kind of bobbles that kickoff that was kind of a squib kick, ends up jumping on it. Best thing Hunter could do. And so Leopards will take over from their own 24. I'm just shocked they didn't onside kick it. Like that was... Or maybe you saw something on film thinking that was the play.
That's
like
the spot to
that's
put
the
it.
spot to put it, and we did kind of bobble it. For
Well,
a
yeah, it
second.
almost worked out for them.
Hunter in the backfield. We haven't done the little kind of shuffle pass to Parker. And in the way they're selling out on the run, you almost sneak that in here.
Right.
You may get you a first down.
Also, would be surprised to see a little option read with Caleb. See if you can get them selling off after that handoff and have him pull it and attack.
2nd down and 12. Clock ticks under 8 minutes to go here in the Slayton Family Medical Clinic. 4th quarter. Speaking of Canadian up 63-6 at the half over Dimmitt. Littlefield and Roosevelt in a slugfest, 22-20. Man, they're going to stop Caleb for a 2-yard loss. Ward called the exact play.
I called it, but I sure hope we'd run it better than that.
Slayton and Idalou locked up in a 15-12 game mid-3rd quarter.
Yeah, they're making no pretense of us possibly throwing the ball.
And this is where you slip Parker up the seam.
Yes, I would love to see our H-back maybe even slide over in motion just to cause some confusion on who's guarding. Like right there is not bad either.
You're going to keep him in the block. He does a good job blocking that edge. What did you stop for? Man, Jake just wanted to high point it. If he keeps running, I don't know that ball doesn't hit him in stride going to the end zone. Which it's hard to argue because Jake can jump out of the stadium.
No, but still keep running.
If you keep running, that ball hits Jake in stride.
It does, and I'm not sure if we didn't have a missed route too because we
Lincoln
had
ran his guy into it.
Another receiver very close, and
yeah, I'm with you. I think Lincoln may have ran somebody in. Good job by Ryder Starkey to get that off. They got a little bit of momentum, but Ty Dutton comes up, makes the play.
not a good job of containment over on the left side. We needed to herd a goat right there and keep him between us and not go running at him and let him get the edge. That cost us about 15, 20 yards of field position.
Yeah, their left side, there was nothing, but he sure found that edge. Got way too easily got to that edge on the right. So 6:45 to go, 28-6 Leopards.
They're running.
Yeah, they are.
And to their credit, their offensive line is doing a great job right now. I bragged on our defensive line earlier, but they're pushing us back.
They are, and they're picking. The thing is, you're still only picking up 4 yards at a time,
Right.
and that clock just steadily ticking. Under 6:30 to go here in the Slayton Family Medical Clinic 4th quarter.
Yeah, this play will be run with
6 minutes
under
to go.
6 minutes or at 6 minutes.
I mean, you're running guys on. Call 2 or 3 plays at a time.
And you've only run one play. I mean, it's been a different formation for 20 and 33 to fake, dive, and go.
Another 4-yard play, 4-yard gain. Brayley Chapman will head off as Brumley comes back on. Avon Madrid comes back on as Zach Sellers gets a breather. 3rd down and 2. This is definitely 4-down territory, but clock ticking down to 5.5 to go here.
Make them go 4 yards at a time. Don't give them a chunk.
.33. Good hard run, but he's going to be about a half-yard short.
He looked like he was going to fall forward for it, and
didn't.
Ryder made him fall backwards.
It's a big 4th down. You feel like this thing, as slow as they move, is over, but at the same time, they pick up a 1st down and end up scoring. You're a 2-possession game, and we saw 14 points evaporate faster last week. Man, if he hands that ball off to 33, there is nobody out there.
That's going to be close. Don't be surprised to get a measurement on this.
I think he's short.
I do too, but I'm arguing I'm going to try to get a measurement if I'm coaching. I'm asking hard
no
for
doubt.
it.
You have to, but it looks short because that marker's almost to the 33, And that ball is a lot closer to the 34 than.
Yes.
We don't have the best angle because I'm sitting on the 45, but just when you look at spots, I think he's going to be 6 inches short. Yep. I think you could almost call it 6.
With the newer turf fields where you've got the hashes all the way across, but not only in the middle of the field, but hashes on the side, and they're accurate.
Yeah.
It's not,
Somebody in chalk it this
not
afternoon.
Larry mowing Curly out, spray painting it earlier, and it is a lot easier to be able to tell, but that was closer than I think the Leopards wanted it to be.
No doubt.
Now we're back to the same story. Let's get a
Please run
first
shuffle
down.
pass. There, look how they're all up. There's 8 guys in the box. They know we're gonna run, and we false started. And I'll tell you, Keaton Bullard had already pancaked somebody by the time they blew that whistle. But yeah, Forsyth was pulling and might have pulled just a little early. No, that wasn't Forsyth. That was because Forsyth's the center. He wasn't pulling. No, he's not the center. It was Forsyth. Okay. I was like, wait a second. He's standing over the ball. But no, Colt Tucker's our center. I know that. Good job by Lincoln popping that out. He's going to end up getting about 8 on that. It's going to make it 2nd down and 7.
Well, when Lincoln decides to go, he's got a little burst to him.
Well, and he did a good job kind of giving his shoulder to the inside, and then it was just a foot race to the edge. And as you said, when he wants to go, he'll go. Conley Mounts and Cooper Brown to us down here. I mean, look how many people are in that box. I try to catch them selling out. And Lincoln, where you going? He's like, Steven, shut up. I got this.
Faster than they are.
Typically, you don't want to see your guy going 5 yards back, but he went 5 yards to run around the end and backwards, and then he picked up 13 or 14.
Oh, no.
Oh.
They're calling him out of bounds way early.
Okay, so he still picked up 12. I mean, because 2nd and 8 turns into 3rd and 1 after a...
We got to get this right here.
If it's me, Caleb Cooks. Caleb falls forward for a
Quarterback
yard.
power,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm sending him right behind Lincoln and Parker. And no, yep, there you go. That's going to be a 1st down.
And that's a killer. It's not enough to knee it, but it's not far. As somebody from Southwest Airlines buzzes the field on their way into Preston Smith International Airport.
He's like, I'm giving y'all a flyover. It's not quite as cool as the Army or the Air Force jets, but
Now we're in no hurry.
which we shouldn't be, honestly.
No.
Good blocking up front. Good job, Colt
Touchdown.
Tucker. Colt Tucker. What a block to free Caleb. And Caleb will take this 50 yards for the Carl McDonald Edward Jones touchdown.
And there's the flip side of them selling out. If you don't get them quick, you're in trouble.
No doubt. It starts the first level. Parker drives this kid all the way to the sideline. But then the second level, Colt coming from the center, out lead blocking, and he puts that linebacker on his butt. What a job by Colt Tucker. Nobody even touches Caleb Cook. Which there's a lot of other really good blocks to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yes.
But there was a big one on that linebacker. Linebacker went like a bowling pin, getting knocked over,
And
just
great,
tumbling.
great PAT by Caden McDonald.
Caden McDonald, clutch.
People don't realize how fast Caleb is.
No
He's
doubt.
not as quick in like a tight space maybe, but when he gets some open space and starts turning those legs loose, he can go.
I hear he's going to run that 4x4 this year.
He might. He can chew up some land.
He, Parker's a 4x4 guy. He loves that 400, and so they've been talking. And Caleb's, I think, and then Jer, Jer
can
can
run.
fly, and talking to Lincoln and Colby to trying to who's going to be that fourth guy with them. I think both of those guys are like, you be it,
Yeah.
you be it.
But Coach Freeman will get them in shape and get them doing well.
I've been told Lincoln Preston. Well, first off, Brentley Preston, Lincoln's sister, committed to SMU this week.
Yes,
She's
she
a
did.
state champion high jumper over at Lubbock Cooper. Stayed there, is finishing out her senior year. She's a Lady Pirate volleyball stud on the Lady Pirate volleyball team. But she's committed to SMU to go run ACC track, or to high jump ACC track, I guess you'd say. Nice ball. Oh, it's a hold on the edge. But here's the thing. When you got a kicker like Ryder Starkey, he just comes over, and that is not a normal kicker hitting you.
No.
24's helmet went flying about 15 yards when Starkey and it was a clean hit. It's
No.
just Starkey hit him so hard he separated his helmet from his body.
And I'm with you. We had a hold that made that even possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't ever want to have your helmet making a break down lane one of the track. They're throwing. They got 5 in now. That's a false start.
Woo! Floats that over. Tom made sure the receiver had something to think about next time he comes in there.
Right. It still boggles me that with 2:37 now they're going to get aggressive passing.
Yeah, like what? Where was that at 8 minutes to go?
Yes, where was that the third quarter when you're down by 4 scores?
They hand it off to 20. Good
Colby
job,
Cook.
Colby Cook.
Ty Dutton.
Rodriguez on the carry.
They're going to give him forward progress about 3, but it's going to be 3rd down and 7 as that clock ticks under 2.5 to go here in the Slayton Family Medical Clinic, 4th quarter.
And that hole looked a lot bigger when he cut and headed towards it.
Yes.
Colby closed
And then
that in a hurry.
Very quickly. They were fixing Heat Wool's jersey because it was pulled down over his shoulder, and he's sitting here thinking, you're fixing that because they held me.
Avon Madrid with the sack.
Avon's going to get that sack. Brumley created it.
Yes.
He's got the pressure back, and the quarterback has to step up right into Avon because Brumley just drove his guy back into the quarterback. So it's going to be 4th down and 13.
As good as New Deal's line looked for a couple of possessions running downhill, they've looked that bad in pass protection. And our guys know 5's in the game. They're pinning their ears back. We're coming at you. Coach Keys is blitzing a little here.
And that will be it. Don't do that. 5 just stomped on Ty Dutton. They saw it, so you see the flag come flying. I know you're frustrated, but Ty didn't do anything. Hit you as you threw the ball.
And he forced you into throwing a ball 2 yards downfield that you need 13
Yeah,
to go.
4th and 13. I mean, just a good football play. But this will bring out the victory formation with 1:02 to go.
Every coach's favorite formation.
Amen.
worked with the coach that in the first formation he installed every year, first day of 2 days was victory. And he told the guys, because this is how we're going to end every game.
That's right.
I thought that was a pretty good way to keep your guys focused on what you're going to try to do.
Nice bounce back. Not your cleanest, but when you needed to make plays, you made plays. 35-6. This should be pretty uneventful as Caleb kneels on it. He'll have to do it 2 times. Caleb's thinking, this is going to kill my rushing yards, Coach. I'm going to take it. You saw him take a big step forward to put that knee down.
He did.
He tried to limit the number of rushing yards he lost. They don't give him any forward progress. They take all 3 of them away.
Just got a text message from David Weed. David and Nan listening to the game today. 2 of the biggest Leopard fans you'll find, and just 2 great people. So a little shout out to Nan and David. And Caleb took another big step.
He made sure that one's only going to go in the book for 1. So your New Home Leopards 35-6 here on Coach Abney's birthday.
Nice present.
It is. You know, I wish that we'd have gotten that on my birthday when we were down in Abernathy,
No
just a little
doubt.
down the road. But nice job bouncing back. Your Leopards have officially clinched a playoff spot, so they will. And if everything holds serve, you should see Panhandle in round 1 by district matchup. Like I said, I'm hearing that this preliminary thought is that game will take place at Happy State Bank Stadium. But you got to take care of one more as Olton comes to town next week looking to, well, here's the thing. Olton could take that 3rd spot. If Olton comes in and knocks you off, it knocks you down to 4th, and Olton wants no part of the 4th seed because that's Sunray.
Right.
You got to match it. So that one's going to be a slugfest. Let me go back and see what Olton's doing tonight down in because they're tangling with Abernathy. It's 13-0 mid-3rd quarter, so Olton's hanging in there with the Lopes.
Well, all in all, though, the job we needed to do, we got done.
We did. And
Just enough stuff on film for coaches to make some corrections and be able to harp on a thing or two, but also to be able to say we've seen some improvements from some places that we hurt ourselves in the weeks earlier.
And I think the other thing that I think about is you got out healthy. We didn't
Oh,
see
yes.
anybody go down. And we haven't had a game this year where we really got out unscathed, and it feels good to come on the road, get a win you should get, but also to get out healthy and be able to have another week of full team practice heading into Olton next week. School song here. You think we got a band in our future?
Oh, I know we do. It's just, man, and that's some of the question I think that we get asked as administration quite a bit. You know, there are several things that are coming down the pipeline. It is understand that they're all come with a financial cost.
Yeah.
And right now we're finishing up the project of the football field and, restrooms and concession stand and all the things that go with that. And we'll go with it. And listen, for band, I don't think people realize one of the most expensive programs for anyone to start is a band. There are very few band instructors coming out of college anymore, and there are not a lot of people to pull from when it comes to that, and then just the startup cost of instruments and uniforms. It's not easy. So I understand that we're fully aware as administration of the things that we want to get going, but it's just a process of doing it in the right time. We're taking care of ourselves.
Well, and a band typically is twice the size sometimes as your football team. So
Right.
your Friday night travel, your band can double the size of your cheerleaders and your football.
Oh.
Like you can double this cost of Friday night travel right off the bat.
Almost instantly. And, we've started a music program in our younger grades with some choir and some things that are going along. So the foundation is being laid, and we are definitely headed that direction. I look forward to coming to a New Home game and hearing the school song played by our band and not a button from the press box at some point.
Amen. Well, congratulations to the Leopards on clinching a playoff spot. That's one of your first goals. You know, to make all the other goals possible, you got to get that one. And so now you got a puncher's chance. And, you know, so, as I say, Panhandle's that first round. Panhandle's going to be tough. When people have said, hey, man, what a tough route. But the reality is, to reach our real goal, which is we want to play at Cowboy Stadium, you got to beat those teams.
No doubt.
It doesn't matter if you beat them in week 1 or you beat them in week 3. You got to beat those kind of teams to get there.
And you're gonna. And what you're just saying is, and I think we're a team that has that. I don't think anybody who plays us looks at us and goes, "Oh, that's an easy win."
Absolutely.
We've got a legit quarterback. We've got multiple skill kids. We've got multiple running backs. Our defense can, you know, and I'll use Sunray as an example. Sunray came out last year in the playoffs and showed something they've never shown. Their OC came to Coach Ward and said, "You're the first team to ever make me change our philosophy because y'all are so good with pass defense and have so many athletes. We felt like we had to try to run at you." And so matchups are a big part of it. You know, if you match up with somebody whose strengths are your strengths, you, like you said, you've got that puncher's chance. And I don't think anybody looks at us and goes, "Oh, that's the team I want to play in the first or second round."
No doubt.
Because it's a team that's got third round, fourth round talent.
Yeah, absolutely. There's not many nights the Leopards aren't the most talented individually depth-wise team on the field.
Yeah, the only thing we don't have is we don't have just about 6 or 7 big 280 size pound bodies. And, you know, some people are. Well, then it becomes, can our strength match your, you know, offset your strength? But we're going to have – nobody's going to get our film and be going, all right, these are the guys we want to play.
No doubt. No doubt. And so, well, as the huddle breaks in the Leopards, we'll get down there and tell them good game. Thanks for tuning in tonight on Coach Abney's birthday.
Thanks to Wyatt. Wyatt, I assume you did a good job. Did you do a good job, Wyatt?
Yes, sir.
All right. He said he did. So
And
if he didn't, let's make some comments.
Hey, nobody hit the comments saying camera was bad. So, and trust me, people, if it's not, we find out.
People
and
know.
So,
And Wyatt, if it gets very bad, we're putting your phone number in the comments. We appreciate the job that Wyatt does. Miles Mayberry films for the team. Quade Stewart's done some filming. You know, there's some guys like that do things that nobody hears about.
Nobody.
We say Ryder Starkey's names 35 times, and yet there's lots of people that contribute to when a program's doing things well.
absolutely. And Wyatt does a great job. And when I say you know real fast if the camera work's not
That's
great,
right.
people let you know. And
That's right.
and we want to know that. We try to get better every week. And so I feel like since the first game we did together, everything's gotten better.
No doubt.
Ropes was a difficult task, but
No doubt.
For Coach Abney, for Stephen Lyles, Sideline Sports, New Home Sports Network, thanks for tuning in. Have a great night. And as always, go Leopards.